Good morning, good morning. Do, 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 do. Good morning to you. Mm, mm, mm. Starting our day together using our microdosing tools, optimizing our brains with positive neurotransmitters, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Using these simple, easy habits of joy, our brains can't help but change. Oh, even sleepy early morning brains. Oh, so we're gonna do a slow-mo flow today. We're gonna pause for stillness and quiet. But I wanted to share, just celebrate some of the beautiful things and neuroplastic opportunities occurring in my life. I am hosting and putting on a fantastic event for 160 people and pretty short, within about a month, put all of it together, and it just is coming from inspired action, and it feels so good. And it also gives me neuroplastic opportunities to learn and grow in new arenas. So one of the things that is common as we rewire our brains for joy is to face some old thoughts, and we know that beliefs are just thoughts that you repeat a lot, around busyness and moving and dynamic and fast-paced or engaged, very engaged in the world, and an association with overwhelm and stress. And so wiring in that I can be busy and full, starting a day with you guys at 5 a.m. and going throughout the day, dynamic with pauses, always with my pauses for my microdosing tools, and then completing my day happily at midnight sometimes. When there's this periods of very inspired action, that can be such a positive thing to allow a new way of thinking, that to be busy is not always overwhelmed and stressed. And yesterday was just what I like to call hashtag evidence of a new way of being. And this day that started early and ended late because there were timelines that I got to address throughout the day. And yet I paused at the river and threw a stick for my dog and just basked in the beauty of life in a sunny day. I also had totally unexpected, a friend I haven't spoken to in years called out of the blue, and she said, I just wanted you to know I've been practicing listening to my intuition, and you keep coming to mind, so I thought I'd give you a call. We had this laughter-filled, love-filled, joyful, tender, sweet, just right in. I mean, it was maybe 10 minutes, but it was just right into the good stuff. And then at another point, when I had a moment of like, ooh, maybe I can't do this one thing that I did feel inspired to do, but it was getting over that initial momentum, a little resistance. And right at that moment, I got a video from another friend who was full of joy and love and appreciation. Um, and both of those just, I couldn't have scripted my day to have those little pieces of magic throughout it, but I kept trusting that well-being was going to carry me, that everything was working out. I didn't have to figure it all out. I could just trust. And some of that has come from my microdosing practice. So let's spend the next 5 minutes and continue to just set that intention that all is well, that we're okay. We value how we feel. And we can pause for 5 minutes of stillness and quiet, and maybe listen for our intuition. Let's take 3 solidarity breaths. In solidarity, we paused to value feeling good, to optimize our brain. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Pam Ahern, who called me out of the blue yesterday, and also celebrate all the connections, all the beautiful, beautiful synchronicities. And a thought that passed through at the end of my slow-mo flow, this 5 minutes of stillness and quiet, was to illustrate a little more fully this idea that being busy, it can be a false association, that being busy means stress and overwhelm. And I remembered to having a new baby. Having a new baby can be very busy, lots of unknowns, very dynamic, learning to step into parenthood. And at the same time, it can be so full of love and joy, peace, well-being, and ease. And then other times, the same conditions, but looking at it from a different belief and different thought, it can be overwhelming and stressful and tyrannical. So just knowing that our brain state can shift the way we perceive what is around us. And we can also choose which brain state over time with practice gets to where we can choose to reach for the next best feeling thought, move ourselves into feeling good.